This is the story of the 2005 Houston Astros. Their manager was Phil Gardner, a former Pittsburgh Pirate, and the rest of the staff was backed by Astros classics like Cheo Cruz. The Astros just came off a hot season with a disappointing postseason finish, but they were back, locked, and loaded with high-caliber aces. Roger Clemens just got his 7th Cy Young Award the season before, and he was joined by his longtime teammate Andy Pettitte. Along with them, there was Roy Oswalt, Brandon Backey, Wandy Rodriguez, Chad Qualls, and closer Brad Lidge, who was phenomenal. In the field, there were two longtime Astros, Craig Biggio and Jeff Bagwell. They were the original Killer Bees. There was also Lance Berkman and Chris Burke, who were joined by Eric Bruntlett, Morgan Ensberg, Adam Everett, Mike Lamb, Jose Vizcaino, and Brad Ausmus behind the plate. Even though there were high hopes for this season, things started to turn ugly real quick. Players were disheartened, and at the first 45-game mark, the Astros only had 15 wins and 30 losses. At this point in the season, they felt they had no hope for another title. But soon, things began to turn around. And before you knew it, they were the Astros of the 2004 season. We began winning, and we shocked the National League by winning the wild card slot, and then we got into the playoffs. The Astros made it to the postseason and faced the Atlanta Braves in the 2005 National League Division Series. There was the Game 5, where it lasted 18 innings. In the 8th inning, Lance Berkman hit a grand slam into the Crawford boxes. A man there saved the ball and later donated it to the Hall of Fame. Later, after rallying ahead and then losing the lead and then tying it back up for 7 innings, the Astros were in the bottom of the 18th inning. Chris Burke was up to bat, and he hit a home run deep into the Crawford boxes. Ironically, the same guy that caught Lance Berkman's grand slam ball also caught Chris Burke's home run. The Astros won the game in the 18th inning with Chris Burke's walk-off home run, finally sealing the deal on the Braves. This is the first time the Astros have beat the Braves in countless postseason matchups in many years. Then the Astros went on to beat the St. Louis Cardinals in 6 games. They finally won their first National League championship. Things were looking bright, and they were ready for the World Series. As the Astros went to their first World Series, things eventually became all too familiar. The Chicago White Sox swept the Houston Astros in 4 games, and 3 of those were within 1 run. The Astros then had to return back to Houston empty-handed without a pennant. Since the disappointing World Series loss against the Chicago White Sox in 2005, the Astros have moved to the American League West and will now open up opening day play against the Texas Rangers March 31st for the Battle of the Silver Boot. They look forward to leaving the past behind them and starting anew with brand new throwback uniforms.